Hey guys, it's Brian Prado here. Uh, just showing y'all guys a new angle grinder. Well, it's not exactly new, but never seen no one to do a review on the Win. This is a Win angle grinder, and I'm gonna do a very good. I'm gonna try to do the best I can review on it. I've used it so much, quite a while. I put it through a hard ass test. In other words, I hadn't used it like for years on end or nothing. Probably had it for about half a year. Didn't use it for a half a year. Probably about, say, give or take all the time in total. All rounded up about a month, 2 months. You know, like hours and hours or whatever, a month maybe. And surprisingly, you would have thought that the brushes. I've heard so much bad reviews over the Win angle grinders or whatever. I guess that they burned up real fast. I even saw it. I got this, by the way, from Home Depot, and I had to order it. They ordered it or whatever for me, and I got it through Home Depot. Paid like I got that package deal where it comes with the zipper, the case and everything, and it's just a small little tiny case. Nothing fancy about it. Three grinding disc and the angle grinder for like 30 something dollars, like $32 or something like that. Um, this thing right here, it's a 7.5 amp. Is what it's rating. Sounds like a fucking twin turbo whenever you turn it on. It's amazing. On the speed, it sounds extremely fast. Like, oh shit, you know, maybe it might be a little too fast, but it it it's it I tried very hard to bog this down, and I never could. You know, like with grinding or even cutting. I mean, it'll cut and power right through everything unbelievably. It really will. I don't know if I got a special model or something, or maybe this one just turned out to be one of the best ones they made. Out of the factory, one out of a million. I've never had a problem. The switch feels like really good. I know a lot of people don't like rocker switches, you know, and in some cases I do. Uh, Depending on what I'm working on, depending on what I'm working on, um, this one just feels very great. It's great on the thumb and everything. Like I'm saying, this thing is small. It's smaller than what it looks like. Cause I've got pretty big ass hands, by the way, but this thing's pretty small. My hand can wrap all the way around it. Unbelievably, it used to heat up a little bit at the beginning when I first started using it, but after a while, nah. Kind of heats up. I give the heat rating like at a normal. I pushed the shit out of this, to where I tried slowing it down, and doing it continuously, putting up skirting all around the trailer house and stuff like that. Cutting tin and everything for the roofs and just small stuff like that. And even putting it through hard heavy duty stuff, unbelievably, like I've cut through concrete with this. you know um I've cut tile, everything that I had, as a maintenance man, that I had to do using an angle grinder, or if I could find any purpose of using it, and I tried to find, a reason to use it for everything, so I can test and see how powerful this really is, or how long, it lasts or whatever. But it's done considerably, uh, really well, and I really do recommend this particular model. The sticker had came off, so I can't give you the model number in particular, but Win doesn't make a variety or an assortment of ankle grinders. They only believe that they got like 3 or 4 models at the most, and this is the most powerfulest one I could find from their brand. 7.5 rating. It's pretty good because you know, I mean, for a small angle grinder and everything, it just gets in those tight to reach places and stuff. And it's kind of flat here too. That's cool that they put the button on the side, of course. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not such a big fan. Like, look at this Porta cable. It's also brand new. I'm not such a big fan of these clips because this shit gets in my way right there. And I've even measured it that, yeah, I am losing somewhat of depth compared to, look at that. See, you know, I mean, I can use this disc all the way at least to right here, and that still gives me a little bit more clearance than this. It might not look like it through camera, but it really does. And those of you that use this or that have this, you know what I'm talking about. So I'm not all about like, hey, everybody's all like, man, well, I gotta always use a screwdriver and stuff like that. Nah, I don't. I just put a little bit of moly grease around this, and I tighten it down to a specific tight, you know, where it's tight enough. But I mean, I can still, it's tight right there. You know, and I can still turn it with one finger, but it's tight. It's tight enough that even if this were to explode, it's not gonna move this. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not. It's just not. That's not the way physics work. You know. So I really prefer that style over the newer styles. And I've even got a DeWalt where it's got the little clip button and you can like, yeah, that's cool too. But something about this that just makes me feel like I'm not wasting my money on the cutting discs. I don't know why. That might just be a personal preference and be me, but yeah, that is what it is on that part, or it is what it's not. You know. Anyways, this is a very very great angle grinder, and I will do a review on it. And for those of you that may be wondering that have watched the video about the Genesis grinder, and I said I was going to do a review. Well, unfortunately, there was no way I could do a review because at the time I needed that grinder to be able to do a job I was doing. That piece of shit burned up. Like, that really is a piece of crap. I don't recommend the brand Genesis of anything that you want to buy. You know, I think Hyper Tough is a hell of a lot better than Genesis. And I've known Hyper Tough to be a piece of shit in my category. You know, so that's saying a lot right there. If you know what I mean. But yes, I will do a follow up most definitely on this one for sure. I will show I will put a demonstration. We're gonna put this angle grinder through a living hell on part 2. You know what I'm saying? And really show the capability. Really show its capability. So until then, I'm going to be using this new one that I had bought, and I used it like once. And I just, by the way too, this thing is like super smooth. No matter how much hell I had put it through, it's like super smooth. And I'm also going to show you a trick about measuring the brushes. How I measure the brushes to determine how much brush I use from the motor. I'm going to show you that on part 2. So this one right here it's totally different, and whenever